Hello, Mr. Bobbin, said Gary. What's all that stuff?
Seems to me, said Harry Dabble, that you'll need somewhere to store all that. It just so happens. In the van.
Oh, no, thought Mr. Bobbin.
In the van?
Said Gary.
We've got a super-duper Dabble Deluxe garden shed construction kit.
Oh, all right,
You won't regret your decision,
said Harry.
Now, Mr. Bobbin, if you just sign here, and here.
Where? Said Mr. Bobbin, flustered.
Noodle,
Shouted Mr. Dabble.
this looks like the ideal site, Mr. Bobbin.
Well, said Mr. Bobbin, I think... Mr. Dabble, said Mr. Bobbin. Said Mr. Dabble.
I told you to be more careful.
Said Harry.
Bring the next bit, Dad.
Shouted Gary.
Are you all right, Mr. Bobbin?
Asked Gary. Said Mr. Bobbin.
You've got hiccups, that's what you've got.
Said Harry.
You'll need a sudden shock.
Said Gary.
Boo!
He said. Said Mr. Bobbin. It doesn't seem to have worked.
Boo again?
Said Gary. Said Mr. Bobbin. Oh, thank you, said Mr. Bobbin. That's cured it. Ow, said Harry.
Excuse me?
Said Gary. Boo, said Mr. Bobbin, helpfully.
Ow!
Said Harry.
That's for hiccups, not thumbs. Right a bit.
Said Harry.
Left a bit.
Said Gary.
Back a bit.
Said Mr. Bobbin.
Hold it, please.
Said Mr. Dabble.
Oh, no.
You'll have to get up and sit on it,
said Harry.
Wow!
Said Gary.
Can't you use shorter nails? Oh!
It's done now.
Said Harry.
Not a bad job, eh, Mr. Bobbin?
Said Gary proudly.
Dad, come out and have a look.
Got he,
said Harry Dabble.
Yes, Dad.
Said Gary.
The door's at the back.
Said Harry.
Yes, Dad.
Said Gary.
It's right up tight against the garden wall and I can't get out.
Said Mr. Dabble.
Why did you put it right up tight against the garden wall?
Oh dear, said Mr. Bobbin.
It really looked very nice,
said Gary.
Well, it doesn't look very nice now,
said Mr. Bobbin.
Sponge. Is there anything you could... Thank you,
said Mr. Bobbin.
That's wonderful, Sponge.
Why didn't you think of that?
Said Harry. Said Gary.
Boo!
Said the others.